Hi everyone, today we are going to do our first day of basic photo edits. So you're going to need these 4 pictures, the woman, the statues, the sunset, and the final one will be this one. So we'll be learning basically 3 different things in the first 3, putting it together in this last one, and adding a couple more edits. So we're going to start out with the woman right here, and we're going to be learning the spot healing brush tool. So if you look, it looks like a little band-aid, and it's got the little dashes next to it. Don't be confused by the healing brush tool. We're going to be using the spot healing brush tool today. So we're going to grab the spot healing brush tool. Check in your options bar, make sure you're on content aware. And then we're going to adjust the size. I'm going to use my bracket keys next to the P key on the keyboard. You could also adjust your size right here. I'm going to just make it a little larger than the size of the polka dots, because that's the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just clicking. And Photoshop is surveying the area around the polka dot, and it is matching it with the background, the pixels that are nearby. So after I've got rid of all the polka dots, I'm now going to zoom in and I'm going to touch up this lady's face. I'm going to make my size of my tool a little smaller. So now I'm just kind of going through and removing any blemishes, pimples, age spots, sunspots. All our edits that we're going to do today are supposed to be kind of subtle. You want everybody to look natural, the picture to look normal, almost like you didn't edit the photo. So that's kind of what we're going for. This tool is super great if you're retouching a portrait and you're getting rid of, some acne, maybe a tattoo, something like that. This works really well. I'm going to just do a little bit more on the neck here. You still want her to look like herself, just a better version. I'm going to scoot over here, even do the hand. Okay, and then not too shabby, pretty good. So we're going to save this one, File, Save As. We're going to save all of our images as a JPEG today. We're starting with JPEGs and we're going to end with JPEGs. We don't need any layers today, so we don't have to worry about saving as PSD or Photoshop files. So save File, Save As, and save as a JPEG. Okay, moving on to our next one. And this one here, this is also on the Photoshop certification test. It's been on every edition of the test, so I know that you guys will see it when you take the test later this year. What we're going to do is we're going to be removing that front statue, and we're going to do this using the content aware fill. So we're going to select the 3rd tool down, which is the lasso tool. You've used it before, and it works kind of like a pencil. We're just going to make a loose selection around this front guy here. Just a loose selection. Again, this actually works like the spot healing brush tool. It's going to survey the pixels around the area and try and fill it in and match it. It's really good if you have a photograph with like a person you're trying to get rid of, or something that you're trying to get rid of and kind of blend in and make the image still look pretty normal. So after we do our loose selection with the lasso tool, we're going to do Edit, Fill, and we're going to select Content Aware from the Contents drop-down menu and click OK. This isn't foolproof, but it does do a pretty good job. And here you see there's it's a little irregular, but if you had a simpler image, it would work even better. So after this, I'm going to deselect to get rid of my selection. So I'm going to use shortcut Command D, or you could use Select Deselect as well. And then we're going to save it, File, save it as a JPEG, and we're on to the next. Okay, for this one, we're going to be straightening the image, and we're going to straighten this using the horizon line. So we're going to use the crop tool, which you've used before. The crop tool is the 5th tool down. But what we're going to do is up here in the options bar, we're going to find where it says straighten, and to the left of that, there's something that looks like a little suitcase. It's actually a level that you would use if you were trying to hang a picture frame and get the frame straight. So we're going to click on the level, and then the cursor will turn into a little level with a plus sign, and we're going to use this. We're going to click and drag to make a line on the horizon line. So I'm going to start here, click, drag right across the horizon line, and I'm going to let go, and it will immediately snap to the designated line that I drew and straighten your photo up based on the line that you drew. Now I'm going to hit the check mark in the top to commit my transformation, and that's all for that one. So we're going to do File, Save As, and save as a JPEG. Final one today is we are going to kind of combine everything and add a couple auto edits as well. So we're going to start off with the edit that we just finished up with. So we're on the crop tool and we're going to straighten this image, and this time we're going to use this blue of the sky, this line up here, to straighten it. So I'm on the crop tool. I'm going to find where it says straighten, go to the left of it, hit the little level. Again, this is another question, straightening an image, that is always on the Photoshop certification test in the simulation section, so you really want to make sure you know how to do this. I'm going to click and drag to make a line right across that blue. The image is going to snap to the line that I designated. This time I'm going to pull in my crop a little bit, just get rid of the white area and keep the old edge of the photograph, the regular border here. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm going to hit the check mark to commit my transformation, my crop. And then I'm going to go back, and right here we have a little fold in the photograph. Looks like it got folded, or a little bit damaged right here. So we're going to use the spot healing brush tool that we used in the first image to repair this. I'm going to just adjust the size of that. And this time I'm going to click and drag. I'm going to click and drag in sections. I'm going to do this section first. I'm going to click and drag again. And as I go, I'm just clicking and dragging. Okay, and if you see anywhere else you want to fix, you can do that as well. I'm going to get this little, looks like it was a hair or piece of dust on the negative. I'm going to get that as well. Okay. And then our next edit that we're going to do is this. This is a family right here, these 3 children and their mother. We're going to get rid of this boy here who is not part of the family. So to do that, we're going to use our lasso tool. We're going to do a loose selection around the boy. When we get back to where we started, it will turn into a selection. And then I'm going to do Edit, Fill, Content Aware from our Contents drop-down menu, and click OK. We'll survey the area and fill it in the best that it can. And then we're going to deselect to get rid of our selection. Okay, and then the final edits that we're going to do a little color correction. We're going to let Photoshop do the work for this one. So under our image menu, we're going to find Auto Tone, Auto Contrast, Auto Color. We're going to do all of these, and Photoshop will kind of surmise and choose the best settings for this photograph. So Auto Tone, Auto Contrast, Auto Color. Okay, and hopefully it's restored back to its prior state. And then we're going to File, Save As. You're going to save the image and upload all for credit.